You are thumbs up. Good. Head shake. No, that's it. And are we live stream there, Tony?
We are live. Hi, everybody. Glad you had a great weekend.
Good morning, folks. Bernie here from Phoenix Business Exchange, and welcome to the Bell's Corners edition. And if you want to see us online, just go to www.pbex.ca. And I'm going to share a screen with you, folks. So kind of go what's going on the Phoenix website, so you can see what's up. So, member of the week, Patricia Ramirez. She does Melaleuca. She does the once a month session on Tuesday evenings, on the first Tuesday. And if you're looking to connect with us here today, just click on that red line right here, the first one, Monday morning meeting, 8 to 9 Eastern, Bell's Corners, click here. Wednesday, 8 to 9, click here. Thursday. So we meet 3 times this week. And September 3rd is when we're meeting on the next Tuesday, where Patricia is and Penny Lee hosts that particular group. Tony's got the Friday meditation class every Friday at 1:30, so you can get that chill peace of mind. And if you need to have that body flowing with the mind, Penny Lee's got dancing and moving, and that's her NEO classes right here. South End is meeting August 22nd. That's a Thursday, 7:30 a.m. at the River Lounge. And Bell's Corners is meeting on the 26th, that's Monday, at 7:30 a.m. in Bell's Corners at High Fives. And the East End is meeting at Big's Grill September 11th at 7:30 a.m. And so if you want to know more about who's here and what other members are available, here's the QR directory for all members, and that you just scan the QR code and you'll find all the contact details for everybody in one spot. If you're curious and you want to apply as a member, hit the red button here today and it'll take you on a wee bit of a journey. Other information to share with you, we've had 322 referrals in the year to date. What does that mean? That means members have given referrals to other members of contacts, potential business. And we've had 320 BAMs. And now a BAM doesn't mean a hit on the head. That's a business activity meeting. That means we've had a chat with one another. And what we're doing is we're figuring out, what do you need? What's going on? And sometimes just even talking about what's going on in your business life, you go, hey, I know somebody that either can help you, you can help them, or you're both working together for the same goal. Amount of business conducted between members year to date is $123,000. Actually, $123,645,000 the year to date. So that's pretty good business just between the members. And if you're looking at the screen there, you'll also see business conducted over the last, since 2016, $4.6 million worth of business. The other part is the e-card. And that's that little QR code thing that we were talking about earlier. And if you notice over my shoulder, there's a QR code there. And what that does, it has all your contact details, one fell swoop, easy to share. So 5,720 people have clicked on the Phoenix members groups ID, either through a link or through a QR code scan. That is a good way to share your information. Another reason why Phoenix is extremely ideal. Now I'm going to stop chatting and stop sharing because it's Mike's turn to give us some wisdom. Mike, over to you, sir.
Great. Thank you, Bernie. Morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a really, really nice weekend. And I hope everybody, for the people that watched the Olympics, really enjoyed the 16 days. There was a message in there about at the end of the closing ceremony, which was really cool. It was like there was an opportunity for all 200 and some countries to get together and put countries that had differences with each other through war or other concerns, put those things to the side and become human beings. It was really, really beautiful. It gave us all an opportunity to take a look and say, wow, you know what, there is hope on this planet. Anyway, I want to talk today a little bit about connecting with individuals. I talked a couple of weeks ago about that. So being able to fully identify with another person may make others more receptive to your thoughts, and you might feel more effective as a result. The best form of communication happens when we are able to connect with the needs of other people. If we don't, make that effort to change our perspective and simply push through our own agenda, we run the risk of offending and alienating individuals. Allowing ourselves to see things from another point of view means that we become more open to the thoughts, motives, and experiences of another person. This helps us purpose our ideas in a way that is not only interesting, but also engaging. So appealing to someone else also means that we go beyond our own needs and learn how to integrate the wishes of others into our suggestions. So consider the needs of others today, and your influence will create changes for the better. And always remember, being able to be fully identified with another person in these days and in these ways makes other more receptive to your thoughts. So that's it for this morning. To all, long life and the good sense to live it.
Mike, thank you so much. So, folks, we're live on LinkedIn as well as Facebook, and the LinkedIn post or trying to find our contact there is in the chat. And please put your contact details within that space. So we're going to start off with Lana, and then we'll go to Eric. Lana, over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lana, the realtor of the group, residential realtor. I should say that there is a very big difference. Whereas the commercial realtors have a lot to do with numbers, residential realtors have a lot to do with personalities and being able to read people. And that's where I think I really stand out. However, what I want to talk to you today is about smells. Yeah, smells. Would you believe everybody has their own smell, right? Their own scent. But when you have dogs, wet dogs, especially with some of the weather we've been having, cats, as you can see, I've got a cat, a couple of them. Smoking, cooking, shoes at the front door, kids, all of these things make a big difference in your home. And it's not just when you're selling your home, it's when you have guests coming in too. They could be very sensitive to what you've got going on in your house. So just something to remember is a clean house has less smells, and it really helps to bring in other people and helps with the energy too, right, Tony? As we would say.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, that's right. You don't want that heaviness, right, with the smells. And I've had a couple BAMs with Dr. Ann already, since she and I have met a couple times. So, Lana Burnley, your residential realtor for the group.
Lana, thank you so much. And just as a quick nudge, there's some people we're looking for life insurance for this group. A golf pro, we might be waiting on that one because we've already had our tournament. House cleaner, gift basket company, swag and promotional goods is pretty handy. Legal services, both for professional and personal. Men's and women's clothing, a plumber, and a mobile hairdresser. Now, if they'll come on all in one, then you really know a special person. I'm going to swing over to Eric and then Anne. Eric, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, Eric Sonego, the accountant of Eric Sonego Professional Group. We do small to medium-sized companies. We not this time of the year, but sometimes during the year we specialize on individuals who do their taxes and find that they can no longer do them with the products available in the market for them. They need an accountant to help them do them. And that could be because of things that change in their lives. That could be because they are investors. That could be because one of their parents has died. That could be because there's a divorce. That could be because of many reasons why you would need an accountant to do your taxes. The other thing that we do most of the time, most of the year, is year ends for companies. We produce financial statements and corporate taxes, and we do that kind of stuff. We also have some clients that just want to come and talk to us for whatever they're doing. And there's about 20% of the fees that we have yearly are for those kinds of events. Facetiously inside the office, we call that babysitting. And my staff sometimes, calls it more babysitting than others. But sometimes people don't. Sometimes people cannot talk to their spouses, cannot talk to their partners, and need to talk to their accountant. And we find that that's about 20% of the time. Everything else about us will be on the chat line. But I was on holidays for quite a bunch of the summer, and I haven't had a chance to pay that much attention to what the government is saying, and therefore I've been achieving a lot more at work. But I think that come September I will have more pertinent information to how taxation affects your business. 613-254-7310. Thanks.
Eric, thank you so much. Ann, over to you, and then Mike. Go ahead, Ann.
Okay, good morning. So I'm a naturopathic doctor with 25 years of experience. So I see people of all ages. And so maybe some people don't really know what naturopathic doctors are. So we look at the person as a whole and use nutrition, homeopathy, maybe acupuncture or body work or herbs to help from a different perspective. It can be used in conjunction with what people are doing with their medical doctors. Some people are looking for another approach. So that's where we can come into play. We are able to do blood work and lab work as well. And there are many, many kinds of lab work that can be done. And so all kinds of different tests, hair tests, urine tests, blood tests, etc. And all kinds of issues can be helped with naturopathic medicine. And so each doctor brings their own unique flavor to what we do. And so I'm always happy to talk to people and have a quick chat and see if it might be a good fit. And my services are pretty much covered by all extended healthcare plans as well, which is kind of nice for people who have extended health. If you work for yourself, you may not have extended health, but it's an investment in your health, of course. So I'm in Almont, but I also do virtual visits and may have a location in Canada soon with one of our lovely colleagues here at Pro Action Sports. So, okay, thank you.
And thank you so much. Mike, over to you, sir, and then Shane.
Thank you, Bernie. Morning, Mike, with We Care Focus, distracted driving, safety education. Distracted driving, along with mental health, is the #1 societal concern that we have in our communities. And according to MTO, Ministry of Transportation, 8 out of 10 accidents are caused because of distracted drivers. Texting is the #1 reason. Throughout my We Care Focus online, I educate new drivers on the financial ramifications if they don't focus at the task at hand, and also the emotional consequences if they're not focusing while driving. And what could be in jeopardy for a new driver by not taking a session? Well, their freedom and privilege to drive, their safety, mental health, and their well-being, their personal finances, their personal relationships with their parents, friends, their community, all could be in jeopardy. The We Care Focus education is not made to make new drivers paranoid, but rather proactive and prepared. So my hope is to have new drivers come away with some good, profound insights, which they can apply to their driving habits, therefore mitigating the chance of them causing an at-fault accident. So if you know a mom and dad that is a little nervous about their new driver in the family, I suggest you get them to call me, and we'll talk about We Care Focus, steering you straight.
Mike, thank you so much. And Shane, over to you, and then Sam. Shane, if you're available.
Hey guys, Shane for Pro Action Health and Performance. I just went to a seminar on the weekend. On Saturday, it was about a lot of chronic pain, cervical pain, and we do that obviously on a constant basis. I think I've talked to you guys a bit about it before. Oh, I got to turn my thing there. There you go. That's for Tony. Tony loves when I turn my camera. and just doing things. And there's different things from when you have a disc injury and you get that, that lanciating pain, or you have numbness and tingling down the arm. That can be from a disc. It can also be from a myelopathy, which is basically just compression of the cord. Some people get that, especially when they get older. It's a big thing. But there's two different ways to treat that. So just because you have chronic pain doesn't mean we do the general kind of diagnosis with everybody. We do different things. So for a myelopathy, you want to open up the neck. So when you have your neck in extension, it actually closes down the canal and puts more pressure on your cervical spine or your spinal cord. And when you have a disc, when you go forward, usually the disc is what's bulged. So every time you put pressure forward, it actually puts more pressure on the disc and can injure it further, or it can create more symptoms. So one, we do more extension exercise. The other one, we're doing more flexion to doing that. And these are all conditions that usually can get better with a lot of manual therapy as well as exercise. We're doing that. And the whole point is to speed it up. And if it is a myelopathy where it's going to be there for a long time, because some people, it's from older age and stenosis, which is narrowing of the spinal canal, then you have to do those on a regular basis to keep that down. But the big thing too that we always talk about is exercise, right? You need to exercise to keep everything going well, getting more circulation, because that's a lot of times what the cord problem is, not enough circulation when it comes to myelopathy. And the disc stuff, they even have, we're still going to push a little bit through the pain, but we're not going to do it so we're exacerbating the pain and getting that numbness and tingling down the arm. There's a great equipment you can buy too for anyone that just keeps getting, chronic cervical pain or neck pain, is a traction unit. You can get them usually from like a HealthWise, which is like a Shoppers Drug Mart store. Look on Amazon, but usually the one that you're looking for is one that pulls it straight up, not angled in different ones. So usually there's a water bag, you put water in it, and then it pulls on the head straight up, and you're connected to like it's a pulley system, so it's on a door. So it's really good with that. You want more information? I just got a couple into our clinics that I've been giving to some of the patients that have been having this type of pain that we can help them out with at home. Because if you're doing things at home and you're doing things at the clinic, we just get better results overall. And remember, it's half your battle as well as our battle. So don't just rely on your practitioner, rely on yourself to do some of the work as well. I'm Shane Bills, Proaction Health and Performance. We see results. That's why people come.
And thank you so much. And Sam, and then Tony. Sam, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. There's my contact information in the chat. Just back from our cottage. Had a great holiday down there. Got to do some water skiing, played some pickleball, and expanded my skills to putting a starter in our Sea-Doo. I didn't expect to do that, but hey, now I got the ability to work on Sea-Doos as well. We in many ways, I've been around for a while. My main thing is dash cameras, like this model here that I put in Lana's vehicle there, her beautiful SUV that she has. One thing great about this one has a rear as well as a front lens. Also has what's called parking mode, very important thing, because the camera can go on while the vehicle is actually off in case of a hit and run in a parking lot or something like that. Also do minor repairs, oil changes, brake jobs, things like that, car detailing, and even headlight refinishing. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. Let's see here, BAMS wise. Oh yes, I did a referral for our friend Q, someone looking for a life insurance, gave a referral to Q. And I'm looking forward to getting my smoked salmon from Dave Beliveau now that I'm back in town. So, Dave, if you're listening, where's my smoked salmon? That's it for me. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. Today's mobile electronics will cost a new vehicle and a heck of a lot more.
Sam, thank you so much. And over to Tony.
Thank you, Bernie. Hi, everybody. Tony Jennis from Hire Yourself. We had a great weekend. Been able to teach some folks a little bit of how feng shui works throughout the home. And I had the very high pleasure of having Penny Lee and Lana in that, getting their education about homes, and this would be very applicable for Lana's profession, and it's hope it'll prove to be very good. Every Friday at 1:30, I do a free meditation, as Bernie had mentioned before in the status. And this week we talked about don't take things personally, and that energetic part of it that our society has basically taught us how inadequate that we are, that anything that is said to us, it goes right to you. And in reality, what happens is nobody really thinks about you. They always think about themselves, but we take it personally. And when we get angry, when we get disturbed or upset because somebody had said something, even someone you don't know comes up to you and says, "You're an idiot." And if we get offended by that, it's like, well, they're going through a really rough day. So it is all about looking at it in some ways that people are going through their own traumas, their own way of doing things, and whether it's working or not, whether it's effective or not, isn't the question. The point is that if it's directed at you, we need to realize that there's more to the world than how people see you. The real important is how you see you. And this is the whole thing. It's all about working with energy because like you can't redirect darkness. You can't kill darkness. You can't do things. When people are looking at their traumas, they move away from it. And you are a beacon of light. If you look for your car keys in the light with a flashlight, it doesn't make much sense. The whole idea is to move to the darkness and light up. Then the darkness goes away. Tony Jennis from Higher Self, where we are here to raise your spirits.
Tony, thank you so much. And my name is Bernie, and I do things. I do stuff. And part of it is a business concierge, a synergy architect. I connect people between different elements of business. I try to find out. So the BAMs, the business activity meetings, that's one thing that I do on a regular basis with a wide range of folks. And you'll see in the chat, just prior to Tony's Love Higher Self component, you'll see some details in there. I've got a podcast called Knack for Business. I'm involved with the Property Wizard podcast, which is about getting involved investing in real estate and what that's all about. A little bit about East Trade Winds, which is going to start up in September. So the first Tuesday in September. I also do have an ask that is coming up. I'm also involved with a company called Clean Shield Solutions. It's a piece of hardware. It's meant to go in commercial property. It's ideal for a commercial cleaner. It's ideal for clinics. It's ideal for places where, you're going to disperse a disinfectant that will not hurt you, your pets, your plants. And what makes this really handy is this particular device does it at 1 to 5 microns. And what does that mean? It's a super dry fog. And the disinfectant goes everywhere. So what does that matter? Well, cold season's coming up. So if you don't want to start, if you got kids, there you go. You become the contamination source. And because the kids will share it with you. I know that. I've been there, done that. Anyhow, this particular it won't cure you, but what it does, it cleans that space, so it mitigates the spread of viruses, bacteria, mold, spore, and fungus. I'm going to stop there because there's more to tell you about that. But you know what? Our main center light, our main stage, is over to Dwight. Dwight, over to you, sir.
It's Dwight! Yay!
One of our golf sponsors. Woo!
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is having a fine Monday. It's been a busy last 2 weeks for us. For the past 2 weeks, we've had basically the golf tournament. We had a couple of meetings in Penny. We had back-to-back over in Lansdowne and Carleton Place, Bendon, and we started a new market this past week, Greeley's Night Market. So we've been kept extremely busy the last couple of weeks, and this coming week is probably going to be our most quiet in the sense that we only have the Greeley Night Market on Thursday. So if anyone is in the area, they want to drop by from 5 till 9, we'll be there vending. It's a great little place. I guess this past Thursday was the first night they've had it, and it was fairly busy for us. So this weekend we have a break. I think the first one all summer, in which there won't be a vending session, and we're back to it the following week for the rest of the month. And hopefully things will continue on throughout the rest of the year for that. So today I'll be providing our message. Actually, I should tell you about our company anyways before I even going on about it. My wife and I started our company a little over 10 years ago. We specialize in creating vegan or plant-based Caribbean foods. As you mentioned, over the past 2 years, it's been a lot more on the vending side. created a few products, and we actually this past weekend we finally launched our hot sauce. So if anyone's in the market for that or want to taste some, we get some honey mustard habanero that's ready for sale. Yeah, so we've been doing this the last 2 years consistently, Bendon, and it's been pretty productive. So today I'll be speaking to you a little bit more on the opposite side, in the sense that I'll be talking to you a little bit about fasting. And fasting is something most of us don't really step into. But fasting basically can be beneficial both physically and spiritually. But so I'll just again be speaking with reference to the benefits of fasting from food for a little time, because what it's done, it's helping your body to recover, to basically heal yourself from ailments, and it could be for a couple hours in terms of intermittent fasting, or for a longer time frame. People do it for a week, 7 days, or 10 days, 40 days, whatever, but it's beneficial for them. And if someone's going to be doing that, then it's best to probably consult a practitioner before going on their longer fasting. So I'm going to pull up my screen here, and we'll just go through some of the top health benefits of fasting itself. You can all see?
No.
No. Okay, let's see one sec. I guess I got to share first.
Yeah.
And find first.
Starting to share. If you go to F5 or upper left corner from beginning. Upper left corner.
Upper left.
Below that. A little bit more. There you go. Bingo. You're good to go, man.
All right. So as we mentioned, our company is tastsweetlife.com. And actually our logo has changed, so we're just gonna update that there. So my wife and I have been running the company for the last little bit, and so specialized in Caribbean vegan foods. And so the health benefits of fasting on a whole. The fasting, it can do a lot of wonder for our bodies. It helps. It's almost like you just going and getting an oil change, because what it does is that it allows your body to rest, cleans out the toxins that we've taken in over the course of time, and allows it to dispose of the waste and bring your body back into a little balance and alignment itself. So some of the top benefits of fasting is that one can lose weight. It's a great benefit for us in the sense that once we do undertake it for an extended time period, or even the intermittent fasting, and what that entails is basically you eat in for maybe a 3 hour, 4 hour time stretch, or an 8 hour time stretch, and basically the next 16 hours for the day, you just don't eat anything, or you just drink water. Or if you just want to do a juice fast, that's beneficial too. But in terms of one going on a fast, you can definitely lose a ton of weight from that. So you know, I have to go back there. So again, it also gives the digestive system a great break, a big break, because it allows the food to digest, clear out your tracts, and brings you back into equilibrium. It allows for one to also gain better sleep, because you don't feel bloated or your body feels tense when you go to bed, because you're just in a better position to get a better sleep through the night. It breaks up it also breaks up your the bad habits that we tend to um, partake on, especially now the summer. We're outside. We everyone of the selling the hamburger, hot dog at the corner, and instead of going home to, I guess, make a nice salad or a good meal, then we tend to, I guess, grab the hot dog and French fries type of scenario, and not usually the greatest for our bodies over an extended time frame. It improves our insulin sensitivity, so it allows us to break down a lot of the sugars and such that we take in, whether from the foods or from some of the drinks. A lot of the drinks out there, especially the Cokes and it's just tons of sugar. So it allows us just to remove a lot of that from our body by just fasting, and just whether or not we choose to do it with juice or water. It just gives your body that nice break it needs just to allow the healing to take place. And it also reduces the stress level and inflammation that we can accumulate by just consistently feeding our bodies with all this food. And it's funny, I guess now you find that there's so much food available, like pretty much whichever store you go into, whether or not it's a Dollarama. Before, when you go into Dollarama, you could get just the toys and all the odd things. But you have all these foods available now for no cost, but the nutritional value that's there, it's just negligent. So for us to be able to bring ourselves back from that, it gives us that peace of mind and that staying power. Just, you know what, for 8 hours I'm not going to look at anything. I go into the store, I pick up what I need, I come back. I won't be grabbing the candies or the chips that or whatever it is, that's gonna put nothing of nutritional benefit to us. It allows the blood to circulate and improves our body, because once the blood is pumping and it's flowing nicely, it gives us energy. And I remember way back when I had started fasting for the first time, initially you feel your body is just craving that need to, I need something. But after a couple hours of you being at peace and at ease with that fasting, you find you have some energy. And after you find you're ready just to conquer the world type of thing. But it takes a little bit of a discipline initially once you start, but once you get through that little bit of a hump, usually a couple hours after, then you're good to go. And it will also possibly help your heart rate in terms of lowering the heart rate and possibly heart issues that others can come up with over the course of time. And one of the benefits from it is it slows down the aging process. And if one does this on a consistent basis, you'll find pretty much you start looking younger over time, because it said your body is not being taxed consistently because it needs to digest the food, and you go into bed, you're not getting that restful sleep type of scenario. But it gives you the energy and the younger feeling and look that most people are craving for now, because everywhere you look, everyone wants to do that the Botox or this and that to look better, feel better type of scenario. Whereas this is a very inexpensive process by just watching what you eat over the course of a 24-hour time period. And it also speeds up your metabolism because your body, your digestive system starts to work a lot better. So the food you eat allows to you're able just to metabolize it and push it through your system a lot faster. So in terms of fasting, again, as you mentioned, you can fast for just a few hours of the day, in a sense that I'm just going to eat from 8 to 12, and for the rest of the day, I'm not going to be doing anything. I'll drink some water, I'll do some juice, and you stick to that for maybe a day or a week or whatever time frame that you want to implement or put in place. And one of the some from the research that I did with reference to this, a lot of the or this particular doctor recommends basically, you know what, it's more beneficial to do a juice fast rather than a water fast, because the juice fast, you'll get a lot of nutrients from it and vitamins and minerals, because the juice is giving you that sustenance for you to continue on in terms of working or doing physical activities, whereas the water itself, you don't really get all the nutrients from it. And it said you can do it for a short time or a longer time, just via that. And it's amazing the benefits you can get from it. I actually, way back when I was initially diagnosed with high blood pressure, one of the things that I started off doing was the juice fast. And I think I brought this to the group when I first started in our presentation. One of the things we did was the carrot juice with apples and celery. And for the longest time, for I think it's about 3-4 months, that's all I did, along with some micro minerals in terms of barley grain. So, but the carrot juice sustained us or sustained myself through the day. And it was, I didn't felt the need for the physical food, and you're getting all the essential vitamins and minerals from it. Um, so that's it does bode well. And can you really eat anything during the fast? And it would be best basically just to maybe just do the drinking, the juices. But if you want to do maybe a big salad at the end of the day or midday type of scenario, that's also up to the person in terms of what they feel best. But overall, we said that right now, in terms of the society we live in, pretty much everyone live to eat as opposed to eat to live. And so one of our motto at Taste Sweet Life is we create our food so that you can eat to live rather than live to eat. And that's it for my message. Thanks. Any queries?
Yeah, Dwight, salt intake. What's the appropriate salt intake?
Well, salt intake, it's usually to the person's liking. We just usually like to incorporate just enough just to change the flavor of the foods as opposed to consistently dousing it. And one of the things, especially if we're going to restaurants all the time, the amount of sodium that's in most of the foods, it's just astronomical. Like I remember when I was at the retirement home, one of the things we used to create for the residents is chicken. We would bake off the chicken for them. And one of the things we were told is that a lot of the chicken that they bring to the home, it's already salted so that it can last longer. So if you're going to be preparing your meals, it's best probably just to prepare it and then afterwards maybe do a little bit of whether you're doing a little spice or salt afterwards, but just enough to just change the flavor as opposed to dousing it consistently. And most, I said, most restaurants, most places out there, the amount of salt, it's crazy how much is used. And again, you have a lot of younger people that comes into the restaurants and they're helping and they don't really look at what goes into the foods at all. They just take a handful and they don't, there's no care, right? There's no love in terms of what is being created. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Mike?
Like, first of all, thank you for the golf course, the food that you and Nicole put out there, and the way it was excellent. Was really, really cool. I'm glad you got a lot of awareness out there too that day. It's a bonus. A question for you. What's your opinion of, let's say, for the people that drink regular Coke or Diet Coke with the aspartame, regular Coke with the sugars and aspartame? What are your thoughts on that?
Actually, the amount of research that I've seen with reference to Coke or Diet Coke on a whole, it's usually not the best. Basically, listen, I think it's Mexico is one of the only places that produces Coke in which they use like cane sugar. So in terms of you looking to have Coke, then that's probably one of the better ones to take. And I know they bring that out usually around Christmas season. You'll see that Coke and it's made with regular sugar as opposed to most of the drinks out there now are made with corn syrup, which is just it's not good for the body, good for the system on a whole. So it if you can avoid it, I would avoid it as much as possible. And like even the like even the juices, most juices now, it's so much, it's not real juice, it's doused with sugar. So I know whenever we're out there, we tend to just look to pick up the freshly squeezed, but you're paying an arm and a leg for that. So if you can probably stick more to the water, juices just once in a while, or just the fresh fruits, you're going to benefit so much more because you're taking in the fiber and the benefits, allowing your body to process it as opposed to this dousing yourself with I guess a can full of sugar, because that's what it turns out to be.
But so, like with aspartame or sugar-free products like that, what are your thoughts about those types of chemicals?
Well, I'm not aspartame. I'm not. I've done research on it prior to just when I came into my ailment, because the ailment I had was the high blood pressure, and so at the time when they told when I was doing all the research, aspartame basically was a banned product. And so they eventually brought it out on the market after going through much, I guess, finesse with the FDA. And so most companies didn't want to use aspartame before. So overall, I don't believe it's a great product for one to be using. It's not the best for your body eventually, or in the long run. It creates a lot of issues for people down the line, and it shouldn't be something that we're taking in on a consistent basis at all.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why Michael J. Fox is having the health issues he's having. He was drinking 6 to 7 that of the cola. I won't say the brand name, but it had aspartame, and he loved it. 6 to 7 every day. For I don't know how long, and like he's got Parkinson's, and it's just wild.
Yeah,
it looks like it was attributed to that. It hits the nervous system in some ways over high dosages.
Over a long period of time, it definitely is. not beneficial at all.
Yeah. So Dwight, like obviously you're very disciplined, you and Nicole, in your eating habits. And for most of the humanity out there, it's very hard to achieve. It's a quite a discipline for sure. But how do you feel about uh, anything in moderation is okay? Like, you want to go out, you want to have some ice cream, you want to go out, you want to have a big fat steak, you want to go out, you want to blah blah blah. But as long as you do it in moderation instead of excess. Like, do you ever do that, or are you so disciplined
Oh
with
yeah,
your?
no, we do we do have we'll find actually, yeah, we just got had some last night. We had some ice cream, in a sense that we look for the as natural product as possible, because we can't really run away from it. We still have to eat. We still have to live. We still have to just enjoy life on a whole. So we do things in moderation. We'll have a little bit of French fry once in a while, if we're out there. And again, we don't indulge in a lot of the things we used to before, because for me, when I came down with my high blood pressure, I was doing financial planning work. And so I was traveling all the time. And so rather than bring my lunch or anything like that, you'd pull up to the fast food, you grab a Big Mac meal or double cheeseburger with fries, and I'll be walking around in Costco and they have all this goodies you're consistently packing up on them. So when they told me that I had the high blood pressure, and it's like, you gotta, and actually at the time they said you can basically either go get the medication, or get yourself back into good health. So, and just what I was doing before, I knew it wasn't the best thing, in a sense that going to all these fast foods. So I just changed just that time, just change going out. Yeah, as opposed to cutting out everything. And that little bit of changing going out on a consistent basis and starting preparing meals from home, it over the 2 year time period, it did a wonder. Because after I did the test 2 years afterwards, it just went away. It was all gone. And it's like, wow, just from doing 60, 50, 60% of the work. And the remainder was over the last 8 years, of just consistently moving to a different level in terms of incorporating more fruits and veggies, sticking to more of the natural products and juices as much as we can, and just staying on the straight and narrow to the best ability. It's not 100%, it's maybe 80, 70, 80% most of the time. Okay, but we
You,
do.
There,
yeah, you
there is a
mentioned. You go ahead.
there's a question by Shane in the text. He and his son is they're chatting, wondering, is there anyone that should not fast?
Is there anyone? If
That should
if
not fast.
if you have an issue in terms of health concern, then I would definitely look at speaking with your practitioner before wanting to incorporate anything like that. Because
You're
said
90
fasting.
pounds,
And again, fasting, it's more of the fact that a juice fast is fast, right? Because you're just using the juice or the natural juices to be able to consistently feed your body the nutrient, and you can probably do it for a day or a couple of days. So it can benefit everyone over the course of the time frame that they use it or they incorporate it.
Mm.
Sorry, Mike, you had another question?
Yeah, sorry, just quickly, you mentioned earlier, like you and Nicole, you go out and you take a look at the products like the ice cream or fresh juices, but you did say too that these products are a lot more expensive. So how do the people deal with it, that want to eat better, but you know what, they can hardly afford the crap groceries that they're buying currently,
no
let
kidding.
alone let alone going up to that next level, right?
Well, in terms of it's funny when you start eating, say, the natural foods, the fruits, the veggies, you find yourself being full and for a longer time frame, as opposed to you're going out and you're getting your Big Mac, French fries, and Coke. Because I remember when our children were younger, we would take them out, we would spend $100 plus, and we're full when we're there. By the time we get home, everyone is hungry and they're trying to raid the fridge because there's no nutritional value in all of those foods. So when we started incorporating our cooking at home, and we take our fresh fruits and veggies for lunches, we would eat and we'll feel satisfied for 3 or 4 hours afterwards. And you have your natural juice, it will basically keep you for the 3 or 4 or even longer time frame, as opposed to you bringing your coffee and your drink, in which the value that you're getting from that, it's inefficient. There's nothing there. So you're going to go and spend 40, $50 on your burgers and fries, and 2 hours later, you're doing the same thing. Because we used to do the same thing, because I would go in to work at the time when I was going to the office consistently. I'd bring my donuts or my bagel and my tea, and by 10 o'clock, I need to top up. By lunchtime, you need to top up. Before you go home, you're topping up. And when you go home, you're famished and you prepare all this food. You take it out of the freezer, you put it in the oven, and there's no value because after dinner, you're hungry again. So the foods that most people are eating it's processed, refined, a lot of sodium, there's no nutritional value. And when you're finished with that, then basically you need to be consistently feeding the system, feeding the body, as opposed to, you know what, you have a salad and it's like 2 hours later, why am I still full? Because there's nutritional value in those raw foods. And so that's where they're going to get the savings, because if they don't have to be going out and always topping up their system, then you're definitely going to benefit from it over time.
Got a quick question for you, Dwight. One of the things I like snacking on, chips usually happen, but I'm staying away from that. That way I don't get as round as I possibly can get. But one of the things I like snacking, and I pick it up at one of the local stores, is dried mango. So would dried fruit, a dried product that not sugar added, just it's as is and just dry. Is that
we do that sometimes because especially we're on the road. A lot of times we don't want to get their products from we don't want to pull off and get any of the snacks that are around. So we'll pack some dry fruits and we'll bring along, because it gives you the ability just to keep yourself. It satisfies the appetite for a short time frame, and a lot of them that are available out there are good, but some of them also incorporates a lot of sugar to keep you going. So you got to, I guess you got to read the ingredients when you're out there. We've become we've been reading the ingredients a lot in terms of if there's more than a certain amount of ingredients on the list, we basically next. So you have to basically be mindful and keep that consistently on the forefront when you're out there checking out the foods and that.
Sam, are you waving goodbye or do you have a question?
Actually, I have two things I wanted to say. First of all, thank you, Dwight, for your presentation. When Bernie, you mentioned dried mango, certainly not added sugar. That would be a heck of a lot better than eating potato chips that are loaded with salt and fried in oil.
Oh yeah.
I would certainly encourage you to eat that dried mango. And one other thing that Dwight mentioned was checking with a doctor. People, especially that have hypoglycemic situations, if they fast, they can cause all kinds of issues for themselves. I know that because I have a brother who did that fast for not just a few hours, for days, and ended up in the hospital. So be very careful when you do fast for a long time, especially if you have sugar issues in the first place. That's it for me. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, let's talk hot sauce.
Okay, I'm gonna fire off the quote for the day because we're at 9:01, and hot sauce will follow. So the quote today: "It's not about ideas; it's about making ideas happen." That's Scott Belsky.
Like that. Okay. Thanks a lot, Dwight.
Thank you.
Dwight, that was awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Send me the types of hot sauce you have. I'll probably get one or more of them. You know.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. We love
Thanks,
hot sauce.
Dwight.
All right.
Hot
Hi
sauce is
guys,
part of
take care.
breakfast.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Shane.
Bye.
Yeah. You're awesome. Just face it.
Thank you for the referral, by the way. The concussion person coming, I'm going to see them again. So thank you, Tony, for that referral, and for Ann and everything else. It's been great getting to know everybody.
No,
So thank you.
I sent you somebody new there recently within the last few days. So I don't know if they've
Oh.
connected yet, but they have some concussion things going on. So yeah, we'll keep sending those people to you as you do the work.
So
Thank you
Shane,
so much.
got a quick
Yep.
question for you. So do you do maintenance work? There's no injury, but you do maintenance work?
Yep. We always usually try to do maintenance after we see people because the habits that people have, they always seem to come back. And then the research proven that maintenance is a good thing because most people's injuries come back and then they wait too long again. And next thing you know, it's a long process because they got to come in so much often. And it's much more financially, viable when you're coming, once a month, once every 6 weeks, or whatever kind of fits your body. That's why I even ask that question about fasting sometimes, because not everyone's body is the same, right? So not everyone reacts the same. You need to kind of critique it to what fits best for you. And for some people, when I do maintenance, it's like I said, it's once every 3 weeks, mostly once every month is what we usually people do. I do have a lady who thinks it's so great that she comes every week, but that's her own thing. All right. That's not something I tell her to do. That's what she feels comfortable. That's what she likes. So that's how we do things. But yeah, I do maintenance thing like that and take into account what people need, and we go from there. So yeah.
Cool. I'll be knocking on your door soon.
Bernie, I'll see
Bye.
you soon. Get away.
There's no pain management though. I'm going to tell you right now, no pain management, because if pain elicits the wrong responses inside my head.
Yeah, well, it's a lot easier when it's not after an injury. I'll tell you that much. So, but it ain't pain free, but it ain't, awful. So anyway, thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Shane.
All right. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Gentlemen, take care. Gentlemen, so we have 2 outstanding payees for golf. How do we want to wrap that up? I sent an email last week, and
Yep, I have a solution for that. What I'll do is I have to follow up Steve with his $1,000 gift first of all, because it's a foundation thing. It goes back and forth or whatever. It's a bit of work, but I talked to him on the golf course that day. Great that we raised over $1,400, and so I'll talk to Steve about that. And when Dave Belleville gets back from holidays, I'll just send him an e-transfer for I'm playing it for wishes, and he can pay it that way, and then we'll just throw it on top of the pile.
Okay, so I will tell the golf course then that we will handle the 2 payees separately, and to cut the check to you. Okay.
Yeah.
I just needed that clarified.
Yeah.
I don't know how Steve managed to pay $39 and not the rest. I'm sitting there going, the hell happened there? And I know partly it was the guy at the kid at the counter, and didn't know how to do did not know how to collect the money and attribute it back. So it was just a process thing for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow that up, and then the next steps are in a couple of weeks we have the family day. So we'll have some signage, obviously, from Phoenix. You, Bernie. I'm going to put a sign up for you too. And then of course Steve and
You got a sign for hire yourself?
our handyman. Well,
No, because if you need sponsorship, I can send you something.
like I was going to put like Phoenix.
Yeah,
Like
Phoenix is good. Yeah, if you need another sign, I could send you a little gift on that one if you want.
Yeah, well, on the website we'll be putting on hire self. Also, the Phoenix will be at the $2,500 level, which are only a very few there.
Right.
And then Bernie's yours, your higher self, Steve, and
Do you want me to
Norm.
send you? Do you want me to send you some graphics for the Clean Shield and Knack for Business?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And yeah, and then that will be that. And then I'll send you an email right after this. So Make-A-Wish came back with a proposal because they lost that relationship with Bell Media, as I was talking about before. So we had a couple of meetings with them, gone back and forth or what have you, and they came back by going, we can do this, and this. I'll send it to you both. And it's nice. I wish the calendar was still up, because that was a beautiful thing that I always liked. But anyway, that's what happens when relationships don't work out, or they come to the end of their relationship. Make-A-Wish and Bell Media. Nothing we can do, that's beyond our control. So all we could do is get as most as possible for all of our major sponsors that we had this year for Playing It Forward for Wishes. So I'll send it off to you guys, and then you guys take a look and give me some feedback on what you think. And then we'll close the loop, fix up the website at Playing It Forward for Wishes, do this, do that, and yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for all the work you've done.
Nothing.
It's awesome.
Thank you guys. Yeah, Bernie, a plethora of freaking emails there. It's just like, oh my God,
I know.
Reminds me of my old days of Make-A-Wish. Get there at 6 o'clock in the morning, just
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're just like, did I just send a financial sponsorship request to like Chippendale dancers by mistake?
You know what? If it pays off, do you need for the logos? Do you need the websites or anything like that, or you just you need the?
I just need the websites. Tony knows Bernie Charlebois, and I'll connect you to Bernie on it, because actually, yeah, send it to me, and I'm gonna send it to Bernie Charlebois, who takes care of all that on the website, and he's a communication guy. So if I have your logo, then he knows how to get to your website and which can hyperlink.
Well, I'll add the URLs for that.
Okay. Makes it easier, then he doesn't have to search it.
And
then once they're up, once they're all up, which will be at the beginning of September, and they're up for 1 year, from September to September, I'll send you our link, and then you can take a look at it and see what you think.
Perfect.
Make sure everything's okay. Okay.
Every day. Yeah.
All right. Well, off to do some work for the board, and blah blah blah. You guys got a busy week ahead of you?
Every day.
Yeah. Like Bernie says, it's like
every day.
Boredom is not a problem.
Yeah.
All right. Stay away from the chips, the Diet Coke, and life will be good.
Yeah, I asked the question there. Is there a hot sauce that can make me look as good as Mike?
Yeah, well, first of all, attainable goals.
I knew you were going to say that.
The spirit told you that, and then of course, then you would know I was going to say this. Be careful what you wish for. But I love hot sauces. I have a lot of hot sauces. I have a place in PI.
Makes it. It's going to be amazing. No,
I like to try his habanero, but I got a stock of 6 bottles of it from this company in PEI. And when we all went out there 3-4 years ago, we visited, and it was just beautiful. Because hot sauces, to me, like, I'm not a stupid suicide hot, but I'm a habanero hot.
I'm a 4 and a 5.
Yeah, but as long as it has the hot sauce, as long as it has taste.
Yes, it has to have taste. Yeah,
that has to have some sort of smokiness or something in there.
Yes, I agree.
And because otherwise it's just hot sauces, Tabasco, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, gentlemen.
Okay. Take care, guys.
All right. Bye.
Thanks a lot, Beard.
How you doing?
Good. You?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. The odd headache showing up, and it's sort of like I paired up with this networking group, and they're fine, no issue with them. But they tacked on Zoom as an offering, so the enterprise level Zoom, which is great. I just got an email Friday saying our Zoom relationship with that particular company ends August 31st. I'm looking at that going, great. I gotta migrate my Zoom account intact as much as possible. Otherwise, everything I've booked, I have to I have to re-sign up with, which is fine. I don't mind signing up with Zoom, but it's like I'm sitting there going, that's a boatload of work. So I reached out to the network group and their Grand Connection, and the ladies responded back. They got surprised by it too. Zoom sent me the
Zoom
email.
is changing something. What are they changing?
No. Zoom is intact, but there's a company in between me and Zoom called
Oh,
Working Live, and
ah,
Zoom has said that relationship between them is
ah,
ending the end of this month. And I'm sitting there going, oh, for
okay. Wow. Okay.
it's like, oh, just keep it consistent, lad. Like anyhow. So
Okay.
it's just those moments where I'm going,
You know
smack
what?
me.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like you need to come in. You and I need to do a BAM.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got some nice restful sounds here that make you
Oh,
leave and you'll be floating.
oh no, I'm floating. I'm just it's strange. I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh, pardon the expression, oh, for fuck's sakes, all right. And then
Yeah, I hear you.
when I get past that part, I'm going, so the other part that kicks in, and sometimes I've noticed this of late, things aren't going, where I thought they would be going,
Yes,
alignment. I'm sitting there
yes,
going, shoulders back, have deep breath in, out,
yeah.
and then and things tend to pan out, but it's like it's that slap of the fish upside the head, and it's not
I
even
hear
from
you.
Dave. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
that's when you know you got to come in because there's energies around you that are just maneuvering things. And I was feeling that when you signed in, I says, "What's going on with Bernie?" It's something very subtle. It's not a big thing, but there's this nuisance energy around you, and it's hovering around your
Annoyed. It's
back.
called annoyed. It's annoyed.
Yeah, that's probably his name, Annoyed. And then Annoyed. Annoyed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hovering around your back. We're in the middle of your back where your heart is on the back, and it's just creating some nuisance stuff. And it's
Yeah.
laughing. I hear laughter. So yeah, if you have a chance, you want to come in and we can set up a BAM or something. It won't cost
Yeah.
you anything, buddy. Just come in and
Yeah.
we'll get you cleared up and straightened out.
Otherwise everything else is going well. I'm working on my website. Working on the website and just trying to like build parts out. Get so far and going, okay. I connected with a company out in the Philippines, and he does like virtual assistants, etc. But he also does go high level. So he has a tech. So I put in $300 US, and it's much like AI. Some AI platform, he's not using AI, but it's a person, right? But much like AI platforms, you're given tokens where you have X number of hours, right? So
Yes,
I say I need to get so far, get stuck and go high level, look at the guy going, okay, this is what I want to do, and then he'll fix it up. So
right.
so that's a good thing because then I can use them for other services later on. But it's so I'm trying to work on focus on that, and every time I focus on the go high level stuff, which is all good stuff, there's no headache. Like a lot of stuff I'm figuring out on my own. I seem to get a lot of side interference. It's like, why the hell does this
That's
person want
it.
to talk to me
Yeah,
now?
that's exactly how that energy works. Yeah, just when you get
Frick.
something, you're almost there, it goes sideways. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly yeah.
it can stop. I'm good.
I think that's going to be my next infomercial.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, totally. I see this all the time. So, yeah.
Tony, thank you.
You're welcome.
See you Wednesday.
Yep. Okay. In the meantime,
Right.
you have my calendar link. You want to book something? Be happy to see you for an hour or whatever. Whatever you could spare.
All right,
We'll get you zenned out.
Tony, thank you so much. You be good.
Take care, buddy. Yep.